Let's see, is this thing working? Is it working? Check, 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 checky, check, 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 check. Yes, check, 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 check. Mic check. Uno dos, uno dos. Hey y'all. Hey, pretty girl. Theo in the building. Tim. Mike, what's good, my boy? D. 18. Rena. It's time. Appreciate you. Hey, Bree Bree. Thank y'all for coming back once again. It's what's today? Monday? I was about to say Friday. It is March the 3rd. March the 3rd. March the 3rd. 3/3/2005, year of our Lord Jesus Christ. RBN, where you been at, bro? Through the Fire podcast is in the building. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all subscribe. Subscribe, my boys and my girls. Y'all come on in, get ready, man. Okay, let's set the tone. Let's set where we at, right? A lot of things going on in the world today that y'all should have been aware of, or not, right? Or not, to be honest, depending on where you're at. And I definitely want to attack this story that's been going around in its myth of I stand with Ukraine. I don't stand with Ukraine. Fuck Ukraine. Fuck Ukraine. And all disrespect, with all disrespect. Fuck Ukraine and fuck anybody else who think that this shit should continue to go on. And I'm gonna show y'all why. Right? This shit that's going on with Ukraine ties into exactly what's been going on with the people that want to keep criticizing Doge and the slimming of the government and all this shit like that there, okay? I got a video for y'all. So let's start it off right. Let me know if y'all can hear this now.
Putin's intention in the war, not the propaganda that's written about this. Oh, that they failed.
Can y'all hear it? If y'all can hear it, give me a 1. Okay, let's get to it. First and foremost, we have to learn, you have to know why this is going on, you poor people. You poor people who never do your research, who never look, if I could be totally honest with y'all at this point in my life, I'm not as active as I used to be, right? I'm lazy in a lot of stuff, right? But with the internet, I can cheat a lot, right? I can cheat a lot. There's no need for me to search all over and go from here to there, right? I simply go and I look at the news, I look at the messages, and because I have discernment, this tool that everybody says, which I call common sense, right? I can figure out kind of what's going on. Again, this is in my opinion, guys. Let's get to it.
What was Putin's intention in the war? Not the propaganda that's written about this. Oh, that they failed and he was going to take over Ukraine. The idea was to keep NATO, and what is NATO? It's the United States, off of Russia's border. No more, no less, when the Soviet Union ended in 1990.
Okay, can we all agree? I'm going to walk y'all through this. Can we all agree that the biggest military, economy, and industrial complex that attached to NATO is the United States of America? Can we agree with that? Is it fair to say that back in the days, right, before this year, if NATO moved, America was moving that same way? Is that fair? I need everybody's answer because you're going to present when this comes up, you want to be able to have a conversation. This is going to be more important than people think. Okay. It's the biggest to back it, right? K-Rod, what's good, man? How you been, bro? Yes. Okay. Let's stay there and let's keep it going.
He won. and an agreement was made that NATO will not move 1 inch eastward. Now, what happened after?
Now y'all see who was in the picture. I'm gonna walk y'all through this, right? Y'all see who in that picture, right? What's the name of that president? Which president is that? Is that George Bush? This is how long ago that Putin wasn't even in power. Right? Putin wasn't even in power, but this is a long-standing agreement between the United States and Russia, previously the USSR. Are we there? Are we all at the same place? 1990, yes, sis. A long-standing agreement was already made.
That NATO will not move 1 inch eastward. Now, what happened after 1991, the United States decided there would be no end to eastward enlargement of NATO. And the decision was taken formally in 1994 when President Clinton signed off on NATO.
The black president, right? Getting head in the White House, right? The saxophone player, right?
President Clinton signed off on NATO enlargement to the east, all the way to Ukraine and into Georgia. So the NATO enlargement, as you know, started in 1999 with Hungary, Poland, and the Czech Republic. And Russia was extremely unhappy about it, but these were countries still far from the border. So the next round of NATO enlargement came in 2004. With the 3 Baltic states, Romania, Bulgaria, Slovenia, and Slovakia. At this point, Russia was pretty damn upset. So as everybody recalls, in 2007, President Putin said, stop, enough. And of course, what that meant was in 2008, the United States jammed down Europe's throat enlargement of NATO to Ukraine and to Georgia. This is right up against.
Who was the president in 2008? Let's check. In 2008. George W. Bush. Nope, it wasn't Obama. George W. Bush. Now, we all know what George W. Bush was responsible for. The corruption shows itself. You just got to pay attention, guys. What happened on George Bush watch? What happened on George Bush watch? George W. There's wartime presidents and there's peace presidents. Y'all know that, right? There's presidents that actually advocate for peace and prosperity. And there's also warmongering presidents. Y'all understand that, right? Y'all remember when, I don't know if y'all remember this, right? But you guys remember when I had a live and I told y'all that America is always at a state of war? Do y'all remember when I told y'all that? If it's not the war against Iraq, it's the war against drugs, right? If it's not the war against Afghanistan, it's a war on poverty. Y'all remember when I told y'all that? Hey, Sarah C, good to see you. Y'all remember when I told y'all that? War on crime. But I digress. Let's keep going. I don't want to deter. Let's stay on topic. Wrong one.
Russia. And Russia protested because if Russia decided to have a military base on the Rio Grande or the Canadian border, not only would the United States freak out, we'd have war within about 10 minutes. And a month later, a war broke out. That gets Georgia destroyed. And starting in 2010, the U.S. put in Aegis missile systems in Poland and then in Romania. And Russia doesn't like that. In 2010, Viktor Yanukovych was elected on the platform of neutrality. Russia had no territorial interests or designs in.
I skipped a part. Hold on. I didn't skip a part, but I skipped a question. Who was the president in 2010? Who was the president in 2010? Watch how I tie this together for y'all. This is why I tell y'all people do not pay attention. Y'all see it, but y'all. Isn't it a known secret that Obama and George Bush are buddy-buddy? That they actually grew up together and shit and was friends, their families was friends? Isn't it a well-known secret that George W. Bush and Obama's families are friends? William Owosa said, my nephew was stationed in Iraq. He told me about the tanker trucks moving in the middle of the night, pumping the oil out. Man, most people don't, Tom. This is the problem. Ignorance is a choice, right? And we continue to have discussions without even having a basis, a foundation of what really go on in this situation. Look, I thought they were cousins. All but Trump, Rena. Trump is the first president not to be part of that bloodline. You know that, right? You know that, right? I digress.
Ukraine at all. What Russia was negotiating was a 25-year lease for Sevastopol naval base. That's it. Not for Crimea, not for the Donbass, nothing in 2014.
So Russia simply wanted a lease so they can establish a base. They didn't care shit about the land. They didn't want the land. They didn't care. They respected the borders. Russia, the dictator, the killer, the murderer, Vladimir, he respected the borders, because if not, why didn't he attack Ukraine when they first pushed in there? Maybe he was too weak. Maybe he didn't have. You can't say he needs political clout because he's the president of Russia. There's no one above him, right?
The U.S. worked actively to overthrow Yanukovych. Everybody knows the phone call by my Columbia University colleague, Victoria Nuland, and the U.S. Ambassador Peter Piot. Listen to it. It's fascinating.
I don't think Cleach should go into the government. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's a good idea. I think Yates is the guy who's got the economic experience, the governing experience, and, fuck the EU.
No, exactly. And I think we've got to do something to make
You don't get better evidence. Then came Minsk, and especially Minsk II. It said there should be autonomy for the Russian-speaking regions in the east of Ukraine. It was supported unanimously by the UN Security Council. The United States and Ukraine decided it was not to be enforced. There were many thousands of deaths in the shelling by Ukraine in the Donbass. And one of the issues on the table in December 2021, January 2022, was, does the United States claim the right to put missile systems in Ukraine? And Blinken told Lavrov in January 2022, the United States reserves the right to put missile systems wherever it wants. So the war.
But Trump's a bully, right? But Trump's a bully, right? This is before Trump was in office, right? I mean, 2021, 2022. It's 2025. Who was president then? I'll leave it up to y'all to figure it out.
War started. What was Putin's intention in the war? It was to force Zelensky to negotiate neutrality. And that happened within 7 days of the start of the invasion. Ukraine walked away unilaterally from a near agreement. Why?
Doesn't that sound familiar that Ukraine walked away from a supposedly already agreed upon treaty, so to say, or agreed upon ceasefire? Sounds like what happened yesterday, don't it? Or this weekend or Friday, whenever the fuck. Why? Why would he? Why would you make a trip all the way to the United States to tell somebody, I don't fuck with you? Why?
Because the United States told them to. The idea was.
So, why did Zelensky meet with the Democrats before meeting with Trump?
Did you hear what I said?
Let me ask you all that question again. Why did Zelensky meet with the Democrats when he got to America before he met with Trump?
Did you hear what I said?
Bueller. Bueller. Come on, man. They got to. Putin told Tucker Carlson that Biden was stopping a peace deal from happening. Stop this shit, y'all. These people are ignorant. Vincent, ask the right questions. That's all we need to start doing is asking the right questions. And most of the time, they can't give you no answer, bro. Stop playing like the average American is a genius. They're not. The average American's a fucking idiot. They go along with the narratives that is pushed in front of them without understanding any other context associated with it. This man is more worried about what he can get than his people dying. He's more worried about what he can get than his people dying.
That there would be Ukraine, Romania, Bulgaria, Turkey, and Georgia that would deprive Russia of any international status by blocking the Black Sea. And the American senators, who are as nasty and cynical and corrupt as imaginable, say this is wonderful expenditure of our money because no Americans are dying. It's
a proxy war. Do you guys understand what a proxy war is? I know y'all do. but to the people who gonna watch this and put stupid shit in the comments. Do you guys understand what a proxy war is? It's like a proxy bride or an attorney. It's someone who stands in place of. If it wasn't for the monies that was being shelled out by the U.S., your tax dollars, ma'am and sir, right? This war wouldn't even happen. That's why Trump said, if it was me, it wouldn't even started.
Did you hear what I said?
Because he wouldn't gave them no money. Does that make sense, or is that a stretch? Does that make sense, or is that a stretch? If it doesn't make sense, it's not true. So this dude flew all the way from Ukraine to tell Trump no on national TV in the Oval Office and disrespect the president, the Oval Office, the country, and the vice president. This man knew what was popping. That's why the cameras was there. You stupid bitches.
Did you hear what I said?
That's why the cameras was there. We was here to come, they was there to come to an agreement, but that man met with the Democrats before he met with Trump. So what really happened? And Mike, this was crazy. You go on Facebook, you go on TikTok, these stupid niggas say shit like this, and I quote, right? Y'all think Zelensky a punk? That man came in there with a black sweatsuit on and black Air Force One. Zelensky ain't no punk. The soldiers ain't no punk, but they still getting killed. Them soldiers ain't no punk. Does that stop you from dying? Does that stop a goddamn mortar round for dropping in your neighborhood, dropping in your foxhole? Exactly, Wosa. Exactly. Because just like clockwork, watch, I'll show y'all. Let's finish this video.
The pure proxy war. And since the U.S. talked the negotiators away from the table, about 1 million Ukrainians have died or been severely.
This dentist was telling him he needs an.
So when Zelensky is talking about promises that should be kept, who's he talking about? Is he talking about the promises that Trump made him or the promises that Biden made? Let's go. This is not rocket science. This is not rocket science. These are the people who say they support you, that these people voted into office. Don't believe me. Don't believe y'all lying eyes. Believe what we telling you. Hold on. This shit got my goat, bro. Hold on. See if I saved this video. What's in my history? Hold on, y'all. I'm still with y'all. Bear with me. Bear with me. Where is it at with them fucking Democrats? I should have bookmarked it. That's my fault. Is it in my watch later? Nope. Shit. My bad, y'all. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's it.
They want an explicit
financial relationship between Ukraine continuing to fight, which
If Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and Putin believe that
This it right here. This it right here. And just like clockwork, listen to these motherfuckers, man. Just like clockwork. So Solid, what's good, my boy? What's good, Flow God? Just like clockwork, these motherfuckers do this. Watch this.
if Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and Putin believe that they're going to intimidate and bully and threaten President Zelensky to join the club of corrupt and unprincipled leaders, they will literally need to wait until hell freezes over twice, because this is a man who is committed to the survival of his country.
The propaganda is what's coming out of J.D. Vance's mouth, and it's Russian propaganda.
I saw the meeting as a despicable display of bullying by the president.
It was Vice President Vance, particularly, who was on the offense, who was berating President Zelensky.
It is absolutely shameful what is happening right now. The White House has become an arm of the Kremlin.
They just have never felt such shame about American policy before. And I don't know how our allies trust us after this.
Putin and his cronies are probably popping champagne bottles right now.
We have someone that is occupying the White House. And as far as I'm concerned, he is an enemy to the United States.
boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So once again, we got to talk about Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, who has fled to
Theo, that's my point. That's my point. Don't you? Look, man. The one thing the Dems can do is coordinate a fucking message. That's the one thing these bitches can do, is coordinate a fucking message. Next thing you know, they'll be having American citizens out there singing "We Shall Overcome" for Ukraine and shit. Telling y'all, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro. This is the first time that man got out of the White House without a check. Y'all know that, right? This is the first time this man stepped on U.S. soil and didn't walk away with a check. We wouldn't send money to Ukraine if Russia hadn't started a war. Russia could simply stop the deadly invasion, but Republicans won't blame Russia because they've been trained not to. Why did Russia attack, smart guy? Why did Russia attack, smart guy? I hope you're not a woman, because that would explain a lot. Because you women, most modern women, y'all don't care how you got there. All that matters is that you here. Y'all, it don't matter that you fucked his best friend. It don't matter that you spent the rent. It don't matter that you took loans out on the house. right? And now y'all got to move. It's what you do. We're in this moment. No, you fucked up. Ukraine was the catalyst allowing NATO and the US to press up to fucking Ukraine's borders. Do y'all recall the Cuban Missile Crisis? I'm gonna show my age. Y'all remember the Cuban Missile Crisis? Y'all remember the Cuban Missile Crisis? I know that's a little bit past most people's time, but the Cuban Missile Crisis was Russia had came to a deal with Cuba, right? And Cuba was going to allow Russia, right, to have nuclear arms posted and ready to go in Russia. Should the U.S. just let that slide? Should the U.S. just let it happen, let Russia, and this when they was the USSR, right? When the USSR wanted to post plant missiles in Cuba, 80 miles off the Florida coastline. Oh, you say some dumb shit and dip, right? Come on back. Don't go off on some other shit. It's easier for you just to admit that you listen to the bullshit. It's easier just for you to admit, I don't like that motherfucker, right? Remember when a felon and a South African Nazi tricked every conservative become an instant socialist because they pretended they might send a free $5,000 handout that won't ever be sent? A felon that was convicted on a trumped up charge, and an African Nazi, South African Nazi that y'all all loved 4 years ago. You motherfuckers we couldn't fight you motherfuckers. Y'all would kill somebody for a damn Tesla. I had an argument with my ex when she told me her sorority was helping Ukrainian in room and board and education, but you can't use your research for exactly. It got to be a female. 5K wasn't even on the table during an election race. And better yet, where is this at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Excuse me, guys. Come on, Papa.
With that kind of hate, he's got tremendous hatred, and I understand that. But I can tell you, the other side isn't exactly in love with, him either. So it's not a question of alignment. I'm aligned with the world. I want to get the thing set. I'm aligned with Europe. I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough, but you're never going to get a deal that way. So that's the way it goes. All right, one more question.
I will respond to this. So look, For 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the president of the United States' words mattered more than the president of the United States' actions. What makes it
What's wrong with that? Is he wrong? Is he wrong? From your eyes, from your perception, right? Is he wrong? Is that not what happened the last 4 years? St. Andrew was good.
Is America a good country? Is America engaging in diplomacy? That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied it, our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So,
and again, let's lay the ground floor. Do we all understand and agree that this guy was put into power by the Biden administration? That this guy was put into, I ain't gonna even say Biden, I'm gonna say the Democratic administration. Do we have that understanding or not? We just heard the call that they said when Vladimir Klitschko, a big guy, a big fucking dude in Ukraine, he was the champion of the world. They love him over there. When he was about to run for president and they shut him out, right? They shut him out, right? Fuck the EU. Fuck what they talking about. This is the guy we want in there. Facts? When you're the fucking mole, right? When you're the fucking puppet that's being used to push the agenda of the United States, again, Obama, George W. Bush, the puppet with the hand up his ass, Sleepy Joe Biden. Why are these facts not acknowledged prima facie? Right? Because if you don't know, they ain't gonna fucking tell you, right? Because if you don't know, they're not gonna fucking tell you. Make up the story as you wish with y'all dumbasses. I stand with Ukraine. So what y'all stand with, right? What y'all stand with is really United States imperialism, right? Using dark moves and motives and black sites and black espionage, right? To take over other countries. That's what y'all with, right?
did you hear what I said?
Y'all stand with Ukraine, right?
During a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact line?
2015.
2014.
2014 and
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I was not here. Rena, they don't even give this. What y'all got to understand, right? And I'm not picking on nobody, right? This y'all know this is how I talk, right? They don't give a fuck about nobody but themselves. When these politicians, especially these Democrats, when they say we are going through this, they are doing this to us, that's exactly what the fuck they mean. That Trump is doing it to them. You understand what I'm saying? He's doing it to them. Right? When Maxine Waters and all these, we don't know what he doing, what he got on us, facts. They don't know what the fuck these people are finding. This is old news, guys. I keep trying to tell y'all, this is old. This is the same soup, just reheated. They do these things because they've been proven to work. This is what they did what they was trying to do with the Iran-Contra scandal. It's nothing new. Instead of using dope and using crack to fund that war, they using our tax dollars. See, because back when the Contras worked, they went to Congress and tried to get funding, and Congress was like, nah, fuck that. We don't want no part of this war. Get that shit out of here. Right? So what they did is they sold crack, or they sold coke to LA. Ricky Ross and whoever else is bigger than Ricky Ross. You know what I'm saying? It's way bigger than Ricky Ross. He was just a figurehead that went down that they wanted to put up in front, right? And that's how they got the cash for the war. It's just now they using y'all. Us, me too. Shit, they take money out my check too, God damn it.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022,
exactly, Coy.
People have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people, and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What you have?
So let's say, this is how even killed I am when it comes to this shit. Let's say he telling the truth. Let's give him the truth on this, right? Let's give him the truth on this, right? What leverage would Zelensky have in any conversation with Russia?
Did you hear what I said?
Be honest with yourself. He said, I signed. He didn't say Putin signed, did he? I signed. You signed your side of the accord. He said, fuck you. Why? Why would I? No, back the fuck off. I know who the fuck you are, you fucking plant. You piece of shit. Why? Knowing what y'all knew. So let's say this, right? Let's say you had a person that broke in your house, right? You had a person that broke in your house. And they got a little crew. They got a little 3-4 man crew, right? But your whole family strapped. And then that man that broke in your house come to tell you, I want to make a deal. Wouldn't that deal have to be worth it for you? Wouldn't that deal have to have some type of package in it for you to forgive the misgiving? After your family that's strapped and y'all with it, right? Y'all done went kick this motherfucker dough in, beat his mama up, right? And then he come to you after he done fucked you over and then caused this whole shit to go haywire, right? This whole chain of events, and then tell you I want to make a deal. Ty, what's good, my boy? 4 in, 0 out. Hey. One shot, one kill. Watch your lane.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine? Did you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Count once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems, even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
What?
Did you hear what I said?
Nigga, what? Nigga, what? And his bitch ass still ain't answered the question, did he?
Did you hear what I said?
Did he answer the question? Y'all having personnel problems over there. Y'all having manpower problems, right? I mean, it's been 3 years. Millions dead. That goalpost got moved pretty quick. He tried to pivot quick as fuck, didn't he, Mike? That's what I watch. That's what I watch for them pivots. No, nigga, answer the question. This was all a ruse to make Trump look bad, to give the Dems something to grab onto. And like I said, just like clockwork, here these bitches come in. Goofy asses. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all better, you voters, y'all better vote right in 2027. Or is it 2026? Next year. Y'all senators is on the take. Y'all congressmen is on the take. Y'all say y'all want to change the way things go. This is y'all fucking chance. For real, for real. You voters, you people that believe in democracy and the system, this is y'all chance to change the fucking world. Y'all can actually see real political and economical change in y'all lifetime. In your lifetime. But y'all ain't gonna believe it because y'all still on the plantation.
bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know that.
bless. You
Don't-
will not
you
have
gotta-
war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on this
position to
question.
dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly what
this.
you're doing.
I'm not
You're in
dictating.
no
Hey, look, man. How can you as a man not like Donald Trump? I'm just being honest with y'all. How can you not like him? He's a straight fucking shooter. Whether you disagree with him or not, you gonna know where you stand. What is wrong with y'all? That man tell y'all exactly what's gonna happen. You might not agree with it, but he tells you exactly what's going to happen. That means you're able to prepare. Gonzalo Lira wasn't even saved by Biden because he told the truth about the Ukrainian government killing and jailing Christians, and it would have ruined the MSM propaganda about the man. Coy, way too long. This should have been done. Every working man and woman that work every day, get their ass up, even when they don't like it. Y'all know it should have been done. These people driving around in better cars than you, have a house better than you because they on Section 8. What part of the game is that? But y'all want to talk about fair. What kind of country y'all want to continue in a living in a country where the working man and working woman and the nuclear family is appreciated, or the motherfuckers that beg and plead and dry beg, they get to live the best lifestyle? All the while damning their kids to the same cycle. If a man don't work, he don't eat, right?
no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very
you will
good.
Feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right.
BZ said, so this my take, conspiracy theory or not. Putin, no one said Putin is our friend. No one said Putin is our friend. But, and however, if it came down, and listen, I'm here. Listen to this and take it with you, BZ. If it came down to a guns war, a guns and blood war, blood and guts war, can't no country fuck with the U.S. This is facts. This is facts, right? Whether y'all like it or not, Putin and the Chinese dude, they have to be respected because they yield nuclear weapons. Everybody say they are deterrent. Yes, they can be, but they're called a weapon for a reason. What has Russia done that's so bad since the Cold War to America? Russiagate, which is a lie. Ask yourself that question. Right. Thank you. I appreciate you said that, my brother. Obviously, no argument there, but mostly a superpower, you need leverage. Correct. So who has more leverage with Putin? Is it this bitch or is it Donald Trump? I yield the floor. I'll ask the question again. Who has more leverage with Putin? Is it Donald Trump or Zelensky? So let's listen.
Right now, not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the very
bad position,
beginning
and he
of the
happens
war.
to be right about
From the
it.
very beginning of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a good
Brown,
position.
I was
You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having
not playing
cards.
cards.
Right now, you
I'm
don't.
very
Yeah, you're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War III.
What do you
You're
think about-
gambling with
what do you
World.
think
What did I just say? What did I just say? Because he's not, this dude is a proxy. He's a proxy. Putin looks at him like NATO. Putin looks at him like the US. Does that make more sense now? This dude's a fucking puppet. He's nothing. He's an avatar.
War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country.
I'm
That's
with
back
all
to you.
respect to you.
Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once this
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting, have
today.
you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can.
not speaking loudly. He's not
Yeah.
speaking loudly. Your country's
Can I-
in big
can-
trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No,
Can
you've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not
I
winning.
know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of
we are
coming out
staying,
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet.
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this
We
cabinet.
gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid president, $350 billion.
You
We
voted
gave
for
you
your
military equipment, and you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave, but they had to use our military.
What about
If you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
You invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3
okay?
days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I
Again,
tell you.
just say thank you.
I
Accept-
said a lot of
accept
times
that there-
thank you
accept
to
that-
American people.
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's
I
very
understand.
important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You
I'm-
don't have the
I'm
cards.
thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
tell you
You're
again,
running
I
low
know.
on soldiers.
Don't-
Listen,
don't,
you're
please,
running
Mr.
low
President.
on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And then
President.
then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're
I
saying
said-
you don't want a
But I
ceasefire.
said to you.
I want a
With
ceasefire
guarantees.
because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire.
BZ, what if I gave you $380 billion? What if I gave your country $380 billion? Right? The only reason you will feel insulted is that that's what you're supposed to be paid. That was the understanding he had with the people before him, the fucking Biden who's no longer here, who didn't honor any of the things that he said he was going to do except shell money. The disrespect started here by not signing the deal that was in front of him that had already been discussed, BZ. The disrespect is going to holler at the Democrats when they have nothing, absolutely nothing to do with this conversation and treaty that's supposed to be happening today. Disrespect is bringing up shit from 2014 that's already done in past when you supposedly looking for peace. I yield the floor. He played himself. He thought he was dealing with the people he was dealing with before. Security agreements for what? We gave you 380 billion. We're saving your fucking country. The Democrats and the people that side with this shit, they are okay with it because they are used to feeling entitled. To them, the humble, they whatever, man. Let's get back to it. I ain't gonna even do that.
What they think.
That wasn't
doesn't
with
matter
me.
for you what-
That
what
wasn't
this
with me.
means. It
That was
wasn't
with
with
a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person.
This
That
is
was
your,
with,
this
that was
is
with
your
Obama.
president. It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with.
See? He's expecting the same deal he had with Biden to be honored with Trump. It's a new day, buddy. Get the fuck over it. Get down and lay down. Trump only got to play coy with two countries. Y'all know that, right? Trump only has to play coy with two countries. That's it. Everyone else is going to get down or lay the fuck down. There's nothing to guarantee him. There's nothing else to pay for. You've been paid, bitch. China and Russia. And if they keep this shit up, the EU, right? The EU, if they keep this shit up, what's going to end up happening is China, Russia, and the United States is going to link up. We have more in common with China and Russia than we do the EU, Great Britain, and all these other motherfuckers. Germany, we have more interest with them than we do these other motherfuckers, because what they're looking to do is be an independent country, not tied to these fucking security agreements and treaties that only benefit people one way. That's why people don't like China and Russia. This is business.
Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards, but without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a tough deal to make, because the attitudes have to change.
What if Russia
Get your ego out the fucking way, bro. Get your ego. You already got your house in Aspen, nigga. You already got the yachts. You already got all that shit. You already got it, bro. It's time to sit your motherfucking ass down. It's all business, sis. It's all business. And if you in the way of something progressing the way it need to, you gon' get the business. If you're in the way of progress or something that needs to happen, you gonna get the fucking business. Russia could have been ended this thing, but I told y'all that already. Russia trying to leverage this into some shit too, where they can get them sanctions pulled up so they can trade with the rest of the world to grow their economy. China's a threat because their labor is so low. Their economy is, I ain't gonna say it's booming. Their money is actually overextended, right? China trying to play like ain't shit going on. But just this summer, like 12 banks closed in China. It was a run on the banks and Chinese people couldn't get their money. Y'all know that, right? This shit has to get out the way so the money can start flowing the right way.
Russia breaks ceasefire. What if Russia breaks peace talks? What do you do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
What are you saying?
She's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
Well, what if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with.
What was that? Hold on.
Respect me. Let me tell you.
What was that? Was that a yes? It could be sarcasm, right? But was he just agreeing with what Trump said? Ladies and gentlemen?
Obama, they respect me. Let me tell you, Putin went through a.
Was he agreeing with that man right there? Or was that sarcasm? It's 50-50.
A hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came.
So again, what did Russia do to the USA since the Cold War? I'm just asking, ask, man. Y'all learn to ask the right questions, bro.
Came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia. The 51.
Ain't that what happened? Is that not what happened, good people? If that's what happened, please put a 1 in the chat. Prove me wrong.
Agents. The whole thing was a scam. And he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if he can make a deal. The problem is I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, You'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing. All right, I think we've seen enough.
So, to put the cap on this, right? Trump is trying to take, he trying to double dip. He's trying to double dip, right? What he's trying to do is take the fuck up that Biden made and turn it into a win, right? Get our interest into the United States. So not only can we take advantage of their so-called minerals, and again, I don't know if that's 100%. It could be totally something else. It could be cobalt, it could be gold, it could be diamond, it could be the pipeline. I don't know. I don't care, right? But he's trying to get a foothold, a foothold in Ukraine, right? Build a DMZ, if you're in the military, you know what that means. It's a demilitarization zone, right? Where no military activity can take place, right? You have Americans on one side, you have Russia on the other, right? Right? But not so much in that fashion. But because he has interest in the United States, Ukraine has posted interest from the United States in their country. Any aggression by Russia would be seen as an act of war. If that's not a deterrent, what is? He tried to get her email servers. I think he know what it is, though. Whether y'all like him or not, whether you understand him or not, whether you like the way he does it or not, he understands business. He understands it. Can he be an asshole? Yes. Is he abrasive? You goddamn right. Does he say some crazy shit? Yes, he does. We all do. Fair exchange, Coy. And isn't that all we want as men and women is a fair exchange? As people who've been working all our goddamn life, ain't all you want is a fair shot? No handouts. A fair fucking shot. But this states a lot about the mentality of humanity in both of these countries, right? When the truth can be held in front of you and you still don't acknowledge it. Y'all liars, bro. All these motherfuckers do is lie because all y'all listen to is lies. You won't even take the time to do some simple research. This shit is all on YouTube. It's just that doesn't pique your interest, right? That doesn't pique your interest. This is what gets people interest. Let me show y'all this shit.
Because when I first did the video, I tried to make it look all luxury, but y'all, I really stay in the trenches for real. And I stay in Atlanta, Georgia, in an income-based apartment. And yeah, the waiting list is normally very long to get in, but God blessed me. I literally got in the same day I went. I don't know how. I just really feel like it's God. I do know how. That's how it is. It's God. anyways, y'all, I am a 24-year-old mother of one. I have one son and I stay in a studio apartment. So let's get into this tour. I'm going to go ahead and start downstairs. I got to show y'all the depth of this.
Right? This the shit y'all love. 1.9 million views. You niggas. 1.9 million views.
Apartment tours. And I just
Y'all have at it, smart guys, college educated, PhD, boule type ass niggas. Y'all have at it. Stop asking for equal when y'all don't know what equal is. Stop asking for fair when you don't understand what fair is. You ain't put in a hard day's work in your fucking life. Shut the fuck up about fair, you fucking bums. It used to be, you want to have something from a nigga, put it in a book. Now it's put some goofy shit online. Koi, this has it. Look, watch this. So y'all heard about Trump and the Fort Knox thing, right? If y'all heard about that, press 1. Gold right now is $2,893. Let me put that in the chat, right? What was it? 1953, I think. Bear with me, guys. I'm sorry. Get out the way. Okay, I think this is a general. This ain't the one I found, but let me share this with y'all real quick, and then I'm gonna let y'all out of here. Can y'all see that okay? The first debt ceiling fight was in 1953. It looked almost exactly like the one today. It was 1953. World War II was over. The economy was thriving. Peter Pan was enchanting moviegoers. The song Vaya con Dios was topping the charts. And the very first debt ceiling fight was brewing in Congress. At the very first battle looked remarkably similar to the one happening right now, which could resolve itself in the next several days if the Senate follows the House in approving a debt deal negotiated between President Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. blah, blah, blah. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Listen up. Don't this sound familiar? Listen up. Listen up, guys. Beloved Rain, where you been? How you been? What he want and what will happen, beloved, is two totally different things, ain't it? Right? The first extraordinary measures. Listen to this, guys. The first thing Eisenhower did, order all government agencies go on a budgetary crash diet. What that sound like? Does that sound familiar, chat? Put a 1 in the chat if that sounds familiar. If that kind of sounds like something that's going on right now. It is absolutely essential that you begin immediately take every possible step progressively to reduce the expenditures of your department during the fiscal year 1954, Eisenhower wrote to the heads of government agencies. Bills got paid more slowly. Government agencies cut way back. It wasn't too different from the extraordinary measures Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen announced in January when she warned Congress the U.S. would soon hit the debt ceiling. That included some geeky accounting maneuvers meant to stretch the government cash, which has been going on, right? That's why we stuck in interest like we are right now. In spite of months of back and forth between the White House and Senate Democrats, the debt ceiling was not lifted and the bills continued to pile up. Things were getting tight. Where is it at? I just had it. I'm sorry, guys. Where did I do this? I thought this was the article. I'm sorry, y'all. Where's it? Oh, you know what? It was a video. It was a video. It was a video. Hold up, y'all. I'm sorry. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? I can close this. I can close this right here. I can close that. Close that. Nope. I'm having brain farts. Play with me. Bear with me, y'all. I said play with me. Hold on. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? It was a video. Where you at? Nope, 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 nope. Right here. Listen to this, y'all.
How Trump is going to wipe $1 trillion of debt away, and it's brilliant, dude. It's freaking brilliant. If he does this, even more legendary status, GOAT status achieved. Anyway, so this is Stephanie Kelton writing her Substack. Stephanie, she's cute, and she's an economics professor and big lib at Stony Brook. I actually like Stephanie sometimes. I mean, she's a big lib, don't get me wrong, and but she's kind of assumed the I don't think she has assumed it, but basically she's assumed the mantra of modern monetary theory. And take it for what it is. It's fine. But just because she's a lib doesn't mean there's not stuff you can learn. You can learn from libs. You can learn from right wingers. You can learn from many, many different people. And this is one of the things I think is fantastic. So she says this right here. Check this out. As reported in the Financial Times, one of the assets that might be slated for monetization scheme is gold. The idea is that the U.S. Treasury could revalue America's gold stocks, which are currently valued at only $42 an ounce. If they were accounted.
Did y'all hear that? Let me play that again for you.
Valued at only $42 an ounce. Monetization scheme is gold. The idea is that the U.S. Treasury could revalue America's gold stocks, which are currently valued at only $42 an ounce. If they were accounted for at the current market values around $2,800 an ounce, That would inject $800 billion into the Treasury account via a repurchase agreement. In terms of the accounting benefits, the maneuver comes pretty darn close to $1 trillion platinum coin. It may sound crazy, but it wouldn't be the first time the Treasury turned to Fort Knox to find money. So what Trump would do is he says, hey, he'd go down to revalue the amount of gold that's at Fort Knox. He'd say, can you believe it? We're valuing all this gold at $42 an ounce. How crazy is that? Which will help Trump justify an accounting maneuver that essentially uses gold instead of platinum to event cash for the Treasury. And here's what happened. This is reported in the New York Times, 1953. U.S. reduces debt with found gold. As New York Times reported, when the U.S. went off the gold standard in 1933, the metal was priced at $20 an ounce. And the nation owned about $4 billion worth of that price. After it was
So let me, Tim and Miranda, the gold is gone. It's been, that's a fact. That's a fact that the gold's been gone. But I've been telling y'all, and y'all ain't got to believe nothing I say. Look at it. Do your research. They have been flying gold back from the UK since before December. The Queen is dead.
Did you hear what I said?
The Queen is dead. 1933. No, it was 1953 for the found gold, the missing gold, supposedly. Let's see if it play out. Like I told y'all the other day when we was talking, he could be lying. He could be full of shit. He could be. See, and Coy, look, it better be there, because if not, it better be there, because if not, the world is going to go bankrupt. The US dollar is the reserve currency. It's still they're trying to get rid of it, but it is still the reserve currency of the world. But hey, y'all got it, bro. Y'all got it. I'm telling y'all, y'all got it. Y'all got this game all figured out. I'm telling y'all. I'm wrong. I'm wrong as rain. I'm wrong as rain. But make you some popcorn and watch the show. Make y'all some popcorn and watch the show. You still got to go to work tomorrow. I still got to go to work tomorrow. Y'all got anything before I get out of here? Trump doing what he's supposed to do. Y'all might not like it. Y'all might not like it, but that man doing what he's supposed to do. I don't give a fuck. I got you, bro. Let me put it, because I got it in my history, not my saved. I need to save it to my watch later. There we go. I got it, bro. I get it to you. My phone charging. Anything else y'all got for me before we swing out of here? Any questions, comments, concerns? You take them up with management. Nobody said it's gonna be easy, Mike. Anything worth having, it never is. Your birth certificate is a bond. Your birth certificate is a bond. Your birth certificate has been insured for millions upon millions of dollars. Motion detected at the That's why they call you the beneficiary. just the administrative process is so fucked up. Nobody can, you can't, there's no money in that. That's a deep dark hole that can go either way. That's a rabbit hole and go either way, to be honest with you. All right, y'all. That's all I got. My wife is home. I'm gonna go kiss my baby, see what she need me to do. And did you show that video about the marriage triangle in the government? Fight analysis with Tank. You talking about Tank? It wasn't me. I can't remember that video, Mike. I'm sorry, Tim. You talking about the Tank fight? You talking about the Tank fight, Mike? I thought it was a draw. My wife coming up the stairs, she can tell you I called it a draw at the end of the night. The big controversy is Tank take a knee. Yeah, he took a knee, but the ref didn't count it as a point, so it doesn't matter. There's been plenty of fighters that got knocked down and took a knee or whatever, and the ref didn't call it, and everybody said that fight was legit. So it's just boxing. It's just boxing. You're gonna run it back, get his homie another payday, and see what happened, right? Me personally, you know I look outside the box on that shit. It's a perfect setup for Tank to get paid, right? He get to rematch Roach. You get to get his friend another bag. Those guys go way back. Him and Roach, Lamont Roach and Tank know each other since the Amis, right? They fought each other in the Amis, and Tank beat him every time in the Amis, right? So you get Roach another payday, right? He got these other dudes looking at him like he's suspect now because Tank with 12 rounds with Lamont Roach, right? So they might be more eager to make a fight with Tank now, right? They might be more eager to make a fight with Tank now that they see he's vulnerable. That's when all them fights happen. And when the other fighters that you want to fight see you as vulnerable, right? They see you as shook. Then they happy to get in there because they think they're going to take that from you. But we'll see. Hey, man, it's all chess. So you have to beat or knock out a champ. The truth is, Tom, is that people they talk about these things. You have your favorite fighter, right? But the truth is, cash cows and favorites get preferential treatment. It's just what it is, right? I agree with what you're saying, right? You got to beat the champ. You got to make the champ look like he shouldn't belong there. Like I said, I understand what people see, how Roach operated. He gave Tank more troubles than anybody gave him. But if you look at the highlight moments of Tank was putting hands on him when he wanted to, right? But run it back. You know me. Run it back. See what's what. Every fighter can have a bad night. And if we can't admit that at this point, you shouldn't be a boxing fan. Every fighter can have a bad night. Uncle Ray tell people what happened when two boxers and the champion don't win, but the match is a draw. The second fight is horrible. Roach might get knocked out. Possibly, right? We got to see if it was thorough, right? See if it's that. Like I said, it's a paycheck for Tank either way. It's a paycheck for Roach either way. Why not? It's boxing. It's no different than the NBA with LeBron and Luka and all that shit, man. Everybody got plans. People moving shit and pieces the way they want to. It's just what it is. I don't get, Tank ain't this and that. Okay, whatever. That's what y'all said about Bud. That's what I said about Bud till he got in there and whooped the shit out of EJ. That's what they say. Run it back. I told you I am the one thing I'm not. I might need to start talking about boxing again because the one thing I'm not emotionally attached to anymore is boxing. I am not attached to any fighter. I still watch my sport when it come on. I love to watch it. I love the technicals. I can't stand the commentary because they just the fucking worst, right? People who never fought a fight talking about a fight. Shut the fuck up, right? But me and boxing I'm not emotionally attached to boxing no more. It's what it is. It's what it is. If he lose, he lose. He win, he win. It ain't my life. Them guys, them millionaire problems. You understand what I'm saying? They got millionaire problems. I sure don't want to dig in my nose. Shit is nasty. Right? Anything else? But the best fight on that card was the dude who really got robbed, in my opinion. I ain't gonna say robbed, but it was a close fight that I believe that should have went the other way. Was that Puello versus Sandor Martin? I thought Sandor Martin actually won that fight. Was Roach effective? Yes, but he didn't beat Tank up or nothing. I might have to get back to it, Tom. I might have to get back to it. Anything else, guys? $14 in the building. Smash that like button. Got my super chat from Ty Shad. Always giving love. I appreciate you, bro. We gone? All right, y'all. Be easy. Love you guys. Stay safe. Blah, 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 and all that other good stuff, man. Y'all take care of yourselves. Love up on your family. We'll be back with Truck Chronicles tomorrow. I played hooky from work today, so I stayed at home and laid around. But we back tomorrow, man. Y'all know how I go. Let's get on up out of here. Y'all have a great night. We gone.